I'm Chris, you're watching FRAG-MENTAL, thanks for joining me. Dolce Gabanna's Light Blue Eau Intense is one of my favourite summer fragrances, I adore it. But I've not been that impressed with the latest releases in the Light Blue line. So, will the brand new release of Light Blue Forever change that? Let's find out. I've never owned the original Light Blue, I went straight for Light Blue Eau Intense. This is a fantastic fragrance, one of my favourites for summer. I'd smelled Italian Zest and Sun in store, but never liked them as much as this, so I never bought them. But I have just blind bought the brand new Light Blue Forever, so let's find out if it's any good. The notes are grapefruit, bergamot, violet leaf, ozonic notes, white musk, patchouli and Java vetiver oil. When I first smelled this, I thought, why didn't they call it Light Blue Grapefruit? I mean, what does Light Blue Forever even mean anyway? But this has one of the most vivid and realistic grapefruit smells I've ever encountered in a fragrance. It takes me right there to sitting on a sunny balcony, looking out at the ocean, eating a grapefruit. It's got that invigorating, refreshing, slightly tart quality that grapefruit has. Absolutely superbly realised grapefruit. Problem is, do I want to smell exactly like a grapefruit? Fortunately, as it starts to dry down and we go into the mid, the grapefruit becomes less prominent, it rounds out, it blends in to the other notes. It's still there, but it's just not the dominant note in the fragrance. So I get the really bright, vivid, refreshing grapefruit for about 30 minutes and then it just starts to settle and blends into the other notes as we get into the mid, and it just really nicely combines with the ozonic sort of fresh air accords that the fragrance has, and then you've got the violet leaf, the musks and the patchouli just giving the fragrance a bit more density, a bit more depth. So I'd say that the mid of this fragrance is really good. I really enjoy it. I think the notes are all working in harmony. I think it's really nicely done. It's just a shame that this mid part, my favourite part of the fragrance, isn't really performing that well off my skin. It comes really close to the skin. I'm not getting too much projection, so I'm not really enjoying those lovely wafts. You know, if I'm out on a nice sunny day walking around, I want to just get those wafts. I can smell it if I hold my hand or wherever I've sprayed it up to my nose, and I can enjoy it like that. But you don't really want to be doing that. You want to be walking around outside on the beach, just keep sniffing your hand. You want it to just naturally be wafting up to your nose so that you can smell it. And unfortunately, I wasn't getting that from this fragrance. Real shame. So as you would imagine, as you get further into the dry down, the performance just gets less and less, and it really does become just a skin scent on me after around 3 hours. I was walking around the house, my wife wasn't really smelling it. Like I said, if I held my hand up to my nose, then I was getting it, but other than that, I wasn't really getting the chance to enjoy the scent. It is a fairly pleasant skin scent though. It's this nice mix of citrus and musks and woods, and the citrus at this point is still there. It's quite a fruity fragrance, a nice rounded citrus, but it has just become a little bit of a hint, just a little glimmer of citrus. But overall, it's nice, it's pleasant, it's just not really that interesting. So as you've probably already worked out, Light Blue Eau Intense is still my favourite for quite a number of reasons, really. I just think it's a more interesting, more unique fragrance. I don't have anything that smells quite like this in my collection, whereas this is sort of a generic citrus, woody type of smell. I love the fresh air, the ozonic accord that you get from this. That is more prominent in Light Blue Eau Intense than it is in Forever. And I just love the way that the oceanic sea salt combines with the clean notes of juniper and citrus. This one really does give me those oceanic vibes, which I love so much. This is classed as an aquatic, and I guess it's bright and refreshing, and it's in a blue bottle, but other than that, it doesn't really remind me of the ocean. So overall, for me, Light Blue Eau Intense is a much sexier, more interesting, and just overall better scent. I'll just briefly mention the presentation because I think it probably is the best part of this fragrance. I think this is possibly the best bottle in the Light Blue line. It's just this clear blue glass. It's not frosted like Eau Intense, but I love the gold accenting and the slightly different shade of blue on the cap. It really is a very handsome looking bottle, but you know, I don't know about you, but I don't just buy fragrances because they come in a nice bottle. So as I've already said, performance for me is very average. I was getting an hour of projection, but that first 30 minutes of that very realistic grapefruit is invigorating, it's refreshing. I can imagine on a hot summer's day, you've just sprayed this on for around half an hour, you're going to get that beautiful grapefruit, but it just doesn't last that long because the projection just sort of takes a big steep dive after that. So I'm getting to the 2-hour mark and I'm not really getting much projection at all. And then overall, as a skin scent, I'm getting around 5 to 6 hours. So it's fine, it's okay. Maybe on a really hot summer's day when your skin is really warm, it's going to be pumping off you a little bit more. But overall, performance for me was just average. Definitely one for the summer. You're going to get the best of this fragrance in the high heat. Now, I took a bit of a hit on this because I paid £53 for this 50ml bottle. It's because it's a brand new release. If you buy a bottle on release day, then you're going to be paying over the odds for it. So the light blue range does seem to hit discounters. I think this will hit discounters at some point. So if you're interested in this fragrance, I would personally say it's not worth full retail. Wait till it's discounted. All right, let's just wrap this thing up. I don't think I've got really much more to say about this fragrance. So overall, it's fine, it's okay, it's relatively pleasant, it's nothing spectacular. It does very much go towards being a generic citrusy type fragrance for me, and there wasn't enough here that was of interest, nothing that really excited me at all. Like I say, I still prefer Light Blue Eau Intense by quite a big margin actually on this. The only reason you might prefer Light Blue Forever is because the overall scent profile is a bit more to your liking. I would say it's fruitier, especially in the dry down. You get that quite nice rounded citrusy grapefruit fruitiness, and that stays all the way through the life of the fragrance, whereas I don't get that fruitiness from Eau Intense. So if you prefer your summer fragrances a little fruitier, then perhaps you might prefer this. But for me, unfortunately, when it gets to that stage, I'm just not smelling it anyway, so it doesn't really make a difference. But Light Blue Eau Intense is a great fragrance. It's got more lift, it's got more projection, it's got more interest, it's sexier. I think it's going to get you more attention. I find it more invigorating. So yeah, overall, definitely prefer Light Blue Eau Intense. Unfortunately for me, Light Blue Forever is a bit of a miss. Okay, so there are my thoughts on the brand new Dolce Gabbana fragrance, Light Blue Forever, the latest flanker in that line. Now, of course, this is only my opinion, and everyone's got different likes and dislikes when it comes to fragrances, and I'm sure there are many of you out there who will perhaps prefer this fragrance, but I think it's good to have different opinions so that you can go and try it for yourself and see if it's something you like. I've seen videos that have been released on this fragrance saying that they really enjoy it, and I've seen videos saying that they don't enjoy it. So it does seem to have split opinion, but these are my thoughts. I'm sure you're going to have your own opinions on it, but I just wanted to share my thoughts with you today. So let me know if you've tried it. Do you love it? Do you hate it? Are you somewhere in the middle? Is Eau Intense still your favorite? Anything light blue related, please drop it down in the comments and let's have a little chat about it. Okay, that's it from me. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you found it useful. Thank you very much for watching. Remember, keep tuning into FM, keep smelling good, and I'll see you in the next one.